A new book detailing tens of millions of dollars of donations to the Clinton Foundation and to the Clintons personally comes out in 2 weeks. But that book is already garnering a lot of attention due to a New York Times article that details some of its contents. Will this latest Clinton scandal doom Hillary's bid for the White House?
Joining us now is conservative columnist and author Ann Coulter. Great to be with you today.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So the story is complicated and it's winding, and the thought by some Democrats, the hope by some Democrats, is that the average voter isn't going to make heads or tails of it and will forget about it. Do you think that's possible?
Well, I think of all of the Clinton scandals, this is the one that will impress the experts the most, but fall the flattest with regular people, because it is complicated. I think, we know that by the fact that this is the story the New York Times is going to be covering, not the one about Hillary laughing about a little girl who was violently raped by Hillary's client, whom she got off. That's not the story the New York Times is going to be putting on its front page. But I think even the fact that the Clinton Foundation collected $500 million and spent $400 million on its employees, i.e. the Clintons and their friends, and another $25 million of the $500 million on travel. That's something ordinary people understand immediately.
Exactly.
They grasp that. And the Clinton cash itself, I mean, it's more background noise, another scandal. And what is it with this woman? It's just one scandal after another. Can't she learn?
But there is no other explanation other than influence buying, is there? If you're a foreign dictatorship hoping to help the victims of the Haitian earthquake, you could give your money to the Red Cross or some organization that actually provides care to the people in need. You wouldn't give it to the Clinton Foundation unless you wanted to buy changes in American foreign policy.
No, I think that's right, and especially some of the donations and then some of what appear to be changes in policy. It's always hard to prove those things, and there will be an army of Clinton flacks denouncing those accusations and saying you can't prove it. There's no solid evidence for that. I think all of us will think it's pretty bad, but I think a lot of the other Clinton scandals are really far worse. I keep thinking back to you see the Clinton flacks today bragging something they used to always brag about during Bill Clinton, that it was the New York Times that covered Whitewater first. Well, the New York Times has a way of covering things to make them so mind-numbingly boring that no normal person can follow the story, as they did with Whitewater. And I think they're going to be able to do that with the influence peddling between Hillary as Secretary of State and the Clinton Foundation. But the simple fact that they took in $500 million and spent $400 million of that on themselves, that needs no further explanation.
No, it really
you don't have to talk about any influence. And I just think, as I said in my column this week, she's just a very unappealing person being pushed on the Democrats by the feminists, the same way some not particularly electable candidates get pushed on the Republican Party by the National Tea Party leaders. This is a thorn in the Democrat side, and I don't think she's a very desirable, attractive candidate. The real question is who the Republicans are going to run.
Well, to piggyback off that thorn in the side of Democrats comment you just made, if these allegations of bribery and corruption prove to have some sort of merit, that spells trouble for Democrats. So are they starting to go, we need to get another candidate to throw their hat in the ring just in case?
Oh, yes. I think a lot of Democrats, it may still be Hillary. She has all of the money and the endorsements, and the feminists are going to be hopping mad if she doesn't get the nomination. On the other hand, you do have Governor O'Malley in Maryland talking about running, and various others, and I think you'll see a lot of Democrats come out. I can think of a lot of more attractive, appealing candidates than Hillary. She didn't come up through the ranks the way most politicians, certainly who run for president, do. Her claim to fame is she was married to a guy who had an affair with Monica Lewinsky and then perjured himself about it and obstructed justice. And somehow feminists think that means the rest of the country owes her.
But isn't that, their view in talking to Clinton people is maybe that is her appeal. She's a woman, she suffered at the hands of men, and many female voters can relate to that.
I think this year of the woman thing is getting a little old and tired, especially after all these false rape claims. I think, again, ordinary people are sick of all that. The mattress girl at Columbia, the UVA Rolling Stone story, and now we have to make this Harridan president to make the feminists happy. I don't think it's going to be a very appealing campaign slogan.
You are very direct, Ann Coulter. That's why it's always great to see you in the morning. Bracing.
Always
Good to see
entertaining.
you.
Thanks a million, Ann.